everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Hiba from My Little Journal. And if you are new here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you all the new journals, planners, and projects that I'm going to be using in 2025. And just to give you an idea of what I was using in 2024 and what I'll be using in 2025, I will be sharing some of my 2024 projects, if that makes sense, just so you can kind of see what's changed, what I'm keeping, what I'm dropping, all that good stuff. So let's get to it. I don't want this video to be extra long, so we're just going to jump right into it. I'm going to set these aside, and I'm going to start with my daily journal. So as you guys know, I have been using a Hemlock and Oak dated daily journal. It is a big, chunky journal. I love this journal. I've discovered it 2 years ago, so this is my second year. Yeah, the 2024 is my second year in the daily journal from Hemlock and Oak, and I just love working in this. Yes, it's big. Yes, it's bulky, but I do not take this out of my home, so I'm a-okay with the chunkiness. I just love the paper. I love the quality of Hemlock and Oak. And you're going to see I purchased a lot of stuff from them this year for 2025. And I'm so excited for it because now they're offering all kinds of different formats and templates and styles and covers. It's just so exciting. Anyways, so this is my 2024 and it will not change for 2025. But I did have to walk you through what I did for my 2025 Hemlock and Oak Daily Journal. So this year, Hemlock and Oak offered a few different things for the daily journal, their dated daily journal. They are offering flex covers, which is this really fun kind of cardboard cover, and a different type of stitching or binding for their daily journals. And this helps your journal kind of lay flat, kind of like the Hobonichi, but you still have that beautiful paper from them. And obviously, it's still very chunky and big. You still have, for me, the same problem of it being so chunky that the front of your journal basically, that you don't have anything to fill in that gap because it's such a big journal. And you'll always have that problem. And the same goes to the back. Once you get to like December, you'll still have that gap there. And I've just found ways around this where I journal on the couch. And so my hands is like propping on a cushion or something. So it doesn't really bother me anymore. I just love having all of it in one journal. But they also do now have the Daily Duo, which is the 6 months in each notebook. So you get two, and each notebook has 6 months. So basically half the size of this, and you'll have two notebooks or two journals, which is great. But I think I do like the one journal per year. And I actually did think I ordered the Duo, but I didn't. I thought I did. And when I got these two, I figured out that I didn't purchase the Duo. I really like to see things myself and hold them in my hands so I can kind of decide what I'm going to be using in 2025. So I was kind of iffy about the flex with the daily because it's such a chunky journal. So I still did grab the hardcover in this beautiful, beautiful purple. I do not know the name of this purple on their website, but it is gorgeous. I love it. I love how dark it is. It is so up my alley. And the gold against that is like perfection. So I basically fell in love with both. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh my gosh, which one do I want to use for 2024? By the way, if you're not familiar with the Hemlock and Oak, I love their layout for the dailies. I do have a lot of unboxings, reviews, all the things here on my channel. So just look, I guess, for the daily journal Hemlock and Oak playlist, and you can see all those reviews. And also, there's a lot of people on YouTube sharing it, so I'm not going to do it today. But I love this journal, and it is my go-to. Right now, I used to work in a Hobonichi. I also did the whole bullet journaling and setting up my own layouts for my daily journal. But this has just brought me so much joy, and I just love being a part of, this whole Hemlock and Oak thing. I also do have a discount code, which I will add in the description box for you with the link for Hemlock and Oak. So if you are thinking about it and you want to check it out, definitely use my discount code for 10% off your purchase. Anyways, back to my deciding which Hemlock and Oak I'm going to be using for 2025. I have not decided. I don't know which one I want to use. I don't know if I want to use the Flex or if I want to use the hardcover. The Flex, like I said earlier, I'm kind of scared to use it for a whole year and not be able to cover the cover, like not to have a cover for it, just because if you see my 2024, it's so banged up, and my 2023 is so banged up, and the hardcover holds up really well. And I don't mind the bang up on, my Hemlock. Like I even got it dirty at some point. I just feel like the more it's banged up, the more it looks like it's loved and used. And I just love that feel of it. But I'm worried that this would tear, even though it's really thick. That's what's worrying me about the Flex. So I will decide very soon. Hopefully by the end of the year, I'll figure out which one I'm going to use. Either or, it's the same format. It's the same, Hemlock and Oak that I love. So it doesn't matter if I end up using this one or that one. I'm just excited for them, and I do not regret purchasing both. I decide which one I want to use. I'll probably sell the one that I'm not using. So it's just not a big deal. I don't mind having both and spending money on both. It's also a small business, so I'm still supporting this small business, even though I'm only using one. Anyways, let's move on to my next project. All right, so in 2024, I started the year using my Passion Planner. If you follow me here, you know that I was using the Passion Planner for a good, I think, 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. And, it held a lot of information, my personal planning and my work planning. I also used the bottom portion for gratitude, which was so fun. And I also added photos every month to my calendar. And I kept up with my books, how many books I was reading. I do want to apologize for that noise. I am running the washing machine, so it can get pretty loud and annoying. But anyways, I was using this nonstop for 3 years. Halfway through the year, well, more than halfway, around August, I just kind of fell out of love with my Passion Planner. It wasn't working for me. I don't know what it is. I do get bored pretty quickly, and I use something for years on end, but I get bored. I start wanting to do something new, something different, and I decided, you know what? I have a undated weekly Hemlock and Oak that's been sitting on my shelf for a bit now, and it's undated, so I can date it myself. I can use it whenever I want. And so that's what I did. I pulled it out. Sorry about all the dog hair. As you guys know, I have too many dogs, but I decided to try it and give it a try. I did pull out a lot of the front pages because I didn't need them. This is something the weekly from Hemlock and Oak has. It just has like goal setting and stuff that doesn't work for me. So I literally pulled those out. I did not care. Like I said, it was a tryout. I wanted to see if I like this or not. And because it's undated, all the calendars are stacked in the front, which is a-okay. Again, I'm trying this out. And actually, I even started adding my photos to my calendar, and it was working out really well. I love how that turned out. And then I just jumped right into August, where I stopped in my Passion Planner, and I started playing with this. I tried out all the things. I have shared this with my YouTube members. It's one of their special videos that they get for being a member. And I shared with them how I was setting up my planner and my Hemlock and Oak. And you guys, I fell in love really, really fast and really quick. And I decided that I am going to be using a Hemlock and Oak weekly for my planner in 2025. And so for 2025, I am going to be using a dated weekly flex cover from Hemlock and Oak, and it's in a B5. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So the B5 is obviously much bigger than their regular Hemlock and Oak planners, weekly planners. You can see here the difference. So this is your regular weekly planner, and that is the B5. So it's slightly bigger or taller and wider, or lengthwise, and that got me so excited. And also it's in the flex cover, which again I'm so excited about. Also, this is the Minimalist Weekly. I grabbed the Minimalist because it doesn't have those extra pages in the front. Again, I'm not gonna do like a review or anything for this. I'm just gonna quickly flip through this to share with you how you don't have those extra pages in the front. It is the Minimalist, so it jumps right into your January overview, your calendar. Look how big that calendar is. I love it. I'm so excited for it. And the pages, oh, so much space. I'm just so excited for this. This is gonna give me space here to add my gratitude every day. So I usually do this at the bottom, and this is like plenty of space for that. I'll probably have extra space to add like decorations or stickers or something. I also love that this is longer here, so I'm not squeezing in the books that I read, what I watched, and like my Happy Mail, also my social media. So everything's gonna fit in here really nicely. I'm just so excited for it. I can't wait to set this up. I'll definitely have videos setting up all these new planners and things like that as we start the new year. So that's what I'm going to be using for my planner. It is the 2025 dated weekly B5 Minimalist planner from Hemlock and Oak. That's a mouthful, but as you can see, I love it. And I love that everything just lays flat because it's the flex cover. I mean, these still lay pretty flat even if it's not the flex cover, but I just think that this color and the flex, and I can add stickers here. I'm excited for it and can't wait to share with you my setup for it. Moving on to my Project Life journal. So if you have been watching my channel, you know I completely dropped Project Life in page protectors and albums, and I now use a journal to do Project Life, which works really well for me. I have the pictures, I have the journaling, I can use my stamps, my stickers, my embellishments, and they look amazing. Love the pages. I actually shared in detail with my members videos on how I put these spreads together, but it's just so fun to do this, and I've really been enjoying it. So what I decided to do for 2025 is to use another Hemlock and Oak. This is, by the way, a Hemlock and Oak weekly dated, and I'm gonna be using the B5 size, and I love this new cover. Okay, so let's put this aside. Basically, it's the same exact thing as the flex cover. I got the Minimalist B5 weekly dated, but this one's hardcover in black. It is gorgeous. I think they call this the carbon black on their website. Oh, how much I love this. It is such a beautiful cover. Now I wish I got like this cover in my planner as well, but it's a-okay. Maybe I can use this for my planner and the other one for my Project Life. Either way, I'm using both. So anyways, let's take a look. Like I said, oh, that's your tabs. I did buy tabs as well to add to both my planner and my Project Life journal, but it's exactly the same as the flex cover, but this one is hardcover, and you'll see so much space. So basically, my layouts are going to fit in here so well. I'm gonna have so much more space. Look how much more space I'll have to just add all the things. I can make my photos bigger if I wanted to, and that way, you know, I can have more space to add journaling or whatever. I can kind of play with this just by having a few more inches to play with is going to be fun. And I love the size and the idea of switching or going bigger with these journals. So this is going to be my Project Life journal. I will share a setup with you guys very soon, hopefully. I love that the Minimalist doesn't have all those extra pages in the front, so I don't have to pull them out myself. And, you know, my journal looks nice and neat. So if you're looking for more of a simple planner without the extra pages, the extra views and overviews and things like that, I would definitely go with the Minimalist. I just really am excited about this. So that is going to be my Project Life journal for 2025. This is the Take a Note planner. So I have my eye on the Take a Note since like 2023. I really was this close to getting it for 2024 planning, but I decided against it. Why? I don't remember honestly, but I did regret not getting it. And in like 2024, I was just like, you know what? I'm going to get this for 2025. I'm going to try it. Why not? The only reason I would not want to get it back in 2023 was the paper. It is Tomoe River paper, and you guys know I stamp my writing is heavy. I write really heavy and hard on my paper, and I've tried the Tomoe River paper. I've worked in a Hobonichi for years, so I know this paper really well. And I also do not like the cream, but this paper is white and it's beautiful. This paper is also thicker than the Hobonichi, which I like, and I just went for it. So my thought behind this was I was going to use this as my Project Life journal, and I'm going to share something with you. Yes, I have two, and I'll let you know why. Because when I purchased this one, it was damaged and I had to contact customer service. They were so sweet to send me a new one. Now, I am not a picky customer. When I see like dents and bumps and whatever on anything I purchase, I'm not the type of customer that jumps onto customer service and demands a new journal. I really am not. I kind of, okay, so I opened this planner and noticed this. And I was like, oh, it's okay. It's not a big deal. It happens. Sometimes the paper will bend inside your journal or your planner. So I was like, it's okay. I'll just lay it flat. And at some point, the crease will go away. But then I noticed that it is longer. So it wasn't even trimmed or cut, as you can see here. And so I was like, okay, I'll trim it myself. Maybe I can get it the right measurements and I don't ruin my planner. But it's also connected to the other pages. And so if I mess up, I'm going to ruin like a whole week. And I decided, okay, I'm going to contact them. I felt so bad. I hate doing that. And they were so sweet and generous to send me a new one. So I basically used this one as my tester. And I kind of played with this. So before I share with you what and how I was using it to kind of see what I want to use it for, these pages have 1 week on, I think, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 days, 4 pages. And so it just repeats it. And every week it starts out like this, where you can add whatever you want there, right? And as you guys know, I have a Scrappy Spiral notebook with the yearly project template, and it has almost the same concept. I love this concept of just columns going down your spread, and you can use it as a daily. You can use it for projects, mini projects and things like that. So this was very attractive to me. And so I gave it a try. I first did my ink test. I used a lot of my inks, a bunch of them, and none of them bled through. There is ghosting, but that's normal for the Tomoe River paper. And so I was happy about that, right? And then I gave it a try. So like I said, I thought I was going to use this as my Project Life journal. So I tried out like printing my photos on my clear sticker paper, using large stamps, adding like little tidbits, washi tape, and embellishments. and I really liked it. It looked really good. But there's a lot of space for journaling, and I already journal daily. So is this going to be on repeat? Yes, I know my Project Life journal is almost like on repeat, but with photos, right? But my Project Life journal in the Hemlock and Oak is focused on photos and embellishments, not much journaling. This one's going to end up being a lot of journaling, if that makes sense. And I didn't want that. Even when I made my photos larger, I still have a lot of journaling. The space here, like the grid space, is very small. And so it's a lot. It's a lot to fill out. And I don't need that because, again, I have a daily journal. So I dropped that idea pretty quickly. And because I still want to use my Hemlock and Oak, especially like now that I have the B5. So what I decided to do, I went to the front of my journal here and tried it out for my currentlies. So this brings me to my reading journal. So in 2024, I decided to go small with my reading journal. I did a whole different format for myself, and I was doing reviews. I was actually drawing my covers, which was so much fun. I love doing that. It was a lot of fun. And I was adding my reviews, but I got bored. And I first thought, was it me drawing the covers? And really it was not, because I had fun drawing these covers. And you can see here, I didn't even review it or anything. I was just drawing. But I found out really fast that I am not enjoying the bullet journal process any longer. I used to do my reading journal in like mini albums, and then I started working in bullet journals for the past 5 years. I did the whole setups, all the good things. And I thought, I kind of fell off the bandwagon in 2023 and was really hating on my reading journal, didn't keep up with it. So I thought maybe it's the size. So I went with a B6 and I went smaller, and it didn't change. I started strong. I really did. But then again, I fell off the bandwagon in 2024 and basically decided that the setting up of my reading journal is just not for me anymore. Do I really care to have all these extras? I don't. It is beautiful. The bookshelves, I love the bookshelves. I've done these for years now, and I've really enjoyed them, but not anymore. I really don't need all the extra. And also, honestly, I get really bored so fast, and I need some new ideas. I knew new ways to document all the things. So this is where my Take a Note comes in. I decided that I'm going to be using the Take a Note to document my currently watching, reading, eating, drinking, all the things, whatever I'm currently doing, and I wanted to showcase, it's going to go in my Take a Note planner. I'm still playing with this. I decided to cover the dates with my photo and stamp out my own numbers, right? Because it's not a daily thing. I think I like that. I also have been playing with creating my own stamp set for this journal. So hopefully that's coming soon. So you'll see here, I have the currently watching, currently reading. And I love that I can use my pet tape. I have so much pet tape that I only get to use in my daily journal, and it would be nice to have another project to use the pet tape in. So I am excited for this. I think this is how I'm going to be using my Take a Note, and I will share with you once the new year starts how it's coming together. This is going to be an easy, simple way for me to document the books I'm reading. I can always showcase my favorites throughout this journal. I watch a lot of TV because I edit, I do stamp designs, cover designs, all the designs, while I'm watching TV. So I just have something running in the background while I'm doing it. So I get to watch a lot of fun shows that I would like to document as well. Especially now that I don't keep up with the shows I'm watching. I used to in my Passion Planner, and now I'm not working in the Passion Planner, so I need a place for that. I think this would be a great place for me to document all the great food that I get to eat at my mom's, things that I cook, places we go and eat at. And you guys know I'm a huge foodie, so it would be nice to have a space for that. So it's going to be fun. I'm excited for that. And if this is something you are wanting to do yourself, it doesn't have to be in a take a note planner. I know these are basically sold out, I think, everywhere. You can definitely take a look for yourself, but I know they are sold out. So if you can't find something like that and you want to play along with me and put together a currently journal, I do have my Scrappy Spiral notebooks that have almost the same setup, so you can use those, or you can just buy a bullet journal and break down your bullet journal in this manner where you have like 4 columns on 2 pages basically. So you can kind of recreate your own. But I'm going to be using the Take a Note, and I'm definitely keeping this one, and I'm just going to test everything on this. I think that's fun to have, that extra planner. So for 2025, I'm going to be using a Take a Note for my currently journal. Let's move on to my projects. So I am going to be using my Scrappy Spiral Notebook yearly project template for my mini projects. So as you guys know, I do the Me, Myself, and I project. I do my Thankful 30, and I wanted to have all of them in one notebook. This is my 2024, where I documented my October daily in, and it was so much fun. It's simple template, just like the Take a Note almost. You have this gray space where you can add the date or a prompt or whatever, and the bottom space can be somewhere where it holds your photos, your journaling, and your embellishments. And it was such an easy process. I love putting together my October daily. I halved this, and the back side is going to be my Thankful 30, which I'm so excited for. You get a sneak peek of my Thankful 30. I've already started it. So I really love this, and I'm going to do it in 2025. I'm basically going to have my Me, Myself, and I, my October daily, and my Thankful 30 all in one notebook. And the reason I created these Scrappy Spiral notebooks is scrapbooking fast. It's also this yearly projects template was made to have multiple, projects in one place, not having a gazillion albums on your shelf. I just hate that. And you just buy it once, and you can add, 2 to 3 projects in it. So anyways, this is going to hold all my little mini projects throughout 2025. Let's take a look at my Scrappy Spiral notebook. I will be using this to hold all my everyday stories. So if you are been around here for a while, you know all about my Scrappy Spiral notebooks. This is my 2024. I discovered a notebook from Mochi Things. I think it was called Mochi Things, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I'll grab that real quick. All right, so this is the notebook that I discovered in 2022. It had these templates in the notebook, and when I saw it online, it just had like journaling, some stickers, things like that. And I thought to myself, wow, that's such a great concept. I love the idea of boxes, and all you have to do is fill it out with whatever you want. And I thought it's perfect for scrapbooking and documenting your everyday. And so in 2023, I even found it around, I think, March or something. I didn't even find it at the beginning. I grabbed it to try it out, and I really, really enjoyed it. And as you can see, I filled it up with all the things, right? I just was documenting every single story and really, really fell in love really, really fast. And I just had stories about my family, my dogs, all the good things, right? This notebook had faults. So in 2023, I used it again. I didn't like the cover, so you can see here I covered it myself and I added tabs and things like that. And in 2023, I started working on making this journal for scrapbookers because obviously it was lacking a few things. I didn't like the covers. I didn't like the paper. The paper did bleed and did ghost a lot. And you guys know I love to stamp and things like that. So it was just really not working for me 100%. It was also pretty small, so the boxes were small and odd sizes. So what I did was I recreated it and made it better and made it for scrapbookers. So I made bigger boxes. I did better paper, bigger spirals. At this point, I think this one, yeah, from day one, I switched out the spirals for mine. They were so small and tiny. You couldn't fit anything in there. So instead of me doing all these changes to a product that wasn't 100% working for me, I decided to make my own. And so in 2023, I made my own Scrappy Spiral notebooks, bigger boxes, better paper, bigger spirals, hardcover, with prettier, covers, and really enjoyed it. I even made changes in 2025 or for the 2025 release and added like even bigger spirals, less pages so you have more space in here. And I did 3 different templates, which was very exciting. So anyways, for 2025, I'm sticking to the classic template because I love this template. I think it's simple, it's easy to use, and I just love like flipping through my 2024. You just see all those big pictures and those, big ideas, and I don't know, the journaling. I can also add like large photos in here. So I'm just having fun with this one. I really like how it's turning out. So I'm just going to stick with my classic for 2025. I do have a memory template as well. Obviously, I shared with you the yearly project template, but the memory template is pretty cool because it has 4x6s and 3x4s. So you can just add your cards in there. It's your basic sizing and 2x2s as well. But I do like the change in this and I like the templates in this one. So I'm going to be using that. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'm going to have a restock of my Scrappy Spiral notebooks very soon. So keep an eye out for that. So if you missed out on the memory template, I am restocking that. And I do have some new fun things as well. So just keep an eye out for that and come back and check out my website. I think I will have those available in December. Hopefully you'll get them by, before the end of the year. But this is what I'm going to be using for my everyday stories with photos, journaling, all the things. I'm really excited for it. I love this cover. It's so bright and beautiful. And these 2 covers for 2025 together, I'm so excited for it. They match. They're beautiful. And so these are going to work out really, really well and look really good on my shelf. In 2024 and 2023, I was inspired by Julie. Her handle here on YouTube is Plan to Create, and on Instagram, I was inspired by her where she trimmed down her hemlock and oak and put it on discs. And I thought that was genius because I did have some extra hemlock and oaks that I wasn't using, especially like undated hemlock and oaks. So I decided to trim one down, put it on discs, and use it as my creative journal. So I was just doing all the things in this thing. I had, layouts. I did layouts. I tried out my stamp releases. So if I got any new stamps that I created, I wanted to try it out in my creative journal and stamp them all out to make sure they stamp well. So you'll see a lot of my own stamps here. I did layouts using my stamps. It's just a place for me to do all the stamping basically and create really fun layouts. And I've had so much fun with this that I still have space in the back. So I'm going to most likely use this for 2025. I don't want to waste any of this beautiful paper, so I'm going to still work in my creative journal. I've had people ask me about my covers. I literally just used 6x8 paper, put it on some cardstock, and added a frosted cover over it. And that's how I got my covers. They're just so pretty. And I'm just going to end up using this for 2025. So I'm keeping up with my creative journal. I'll be using it for all my stamping. Check out my stamping designs and things like that. Make sure everything looks good before I sell them to you guys. So I'm still going to be using this creative journal in 2025. Last but not least, my traveler's notebooks. So I'm still going to be working in a traveler's notebook, and I'm going to be adding them to my disc-bound traveler's notebooks. As you guys know, I created these disc-bound traveler's notebooks to be able to trim down my traveler's notebooks and add them on discs. It makes the process easier. It's also, for me, a way to remove that guilt of not completing a whole traveler's notebook. When I have them separated, the pages, and I just use what I want to use, I remove that guilt from my conscience, and I don't have to, feel bad for not using a whole traveler's notebook. So it worked out for me really well. I believe I created these in 2023 and have been using them ever since. The only thing I'm not going to be doing is I'm going to try to make less traveler's notebook layouts. I ended up with 3 of these covers full of layouts, which are beautiful and I love them so, so much. But I need to cut down on it. I don't have the shelf space for it, and I just want to keep it to a minimum. I already document a lot of these photos in other projects, so I don't need to have like a bazillion layouts a month. So instead of having, let's say, 10 layouts a month, which I don't, by the way, I think I end up usually around 6 or 7, I'm going to try to bring it down to 2 to 3. Hopefully I end up with only 1 to 2 covers per year for this. I don't want to have too many covers. Again, I don't have the space for it on my shelves. And that's why, I mentioned my yearly project Scrappy Spiral notebook, and the reason behind it, because I don't have the shelf space, and I don't want to keep adding new journals and covers and things like that to my shelves in my craft room. As you guys know, I hate having too much things in my space. It just overwhelms me, and I'd rather just have less is more. Basically, I'm talking too much at this point. Anyways, this is going to be my traveler's notebook, just like the past 2 years, in a disc-bound traveler's notebook cover. Create less, not more. That's my motto for 2025. Anyways, let's wrap this up. I'm going to bring all my projects to my desk and we'll wrap up my little video. So in 2025, I have a lot of projects going on. Yes, but I'm so excited for all of them. I think it's going to be a great way for me to document my life, my everyday. I'm just in love with all the new spiral notebooks, the journals, the covers that I'm going to be using in 2025. I will try my hardest to be sharing with you my setups for most of these projects. I just fell a little bit behind because I was sick in November, but I'm hoping to share with you more of these projects in 2025. I will try to share some setup videos as well. But anyways, don't forget, I will be adding all the links for everything I shared down in the description box for you. And like I said earlier, I do have a discount code with Hemlock and Oak, so I will add that as well. I hope you enjoyed watching my planner, journal, and project lineup for 2025. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. And I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye.